GC MMA boys coming to you this week with our Figueiredo versus Sandhagen card boys. Fight Night UFC boys. We completely have the intention to make this channel GC picks going forward. What we need to do is this, guys. We realistically, it's like when a new company's starting or a new product is coming out somewhere, we need to set a date and agree on it, because if this last week has shown us anything, it's that we can show proof in the pudding about stuff, but that doesn't mean that the grass is always greener on the other side. We have gotten our ass kicked so far, to say the least, this week, boys, and this goes to show this would have been a terrible week to try and showcase, you know, the new ideas that we have. So what we're thinking is, we go through the summer, we get through the summer, college football week 1, GC pick starts, and we get locked in with all that, boys. We just saw that there were multiple comments, you know, on the last video saying that that's what they would prefer to happen, that's what they want to happen, the other sports and things of that nature. So guys, I just wanted to say that, you know, that's still completely our intention, but seriously, you owe us a thank you for not starting it this week, because if you would have tailed, you would be down right now. Yeah, boys, a good bit.
This week hasn't been the kindest week from a gambling standpoint. We've been getting fucked on damn near every bet by some just ridiculous bullshit. Mets, like, we've got people,
Rangers,
we've got baseball, we've got these guys getting paid like $300 million, and they're scoring 0 runs in a fucking game. That's like the equivalent of you literally going to work and doing absolutely nothing that day at work and still getting paid for it.
But you're not just showing up and not getting paid, you're showing up and getting paid $300 million.
Yeah, and you're doing absolutely nothing. Nada. Nothing. Zilch. Zotch. Gosh. Nothing. You're not doing shit. So, you know, we take those losses here and there, but we're going to take the time to refine our strategies, refine our video production, and we're trying to make this shit actually something that people can tune into, and not just for the enjoyment of laughing at a couple guys who are fucked up getting on shit.
As much as we enjoy making the videos for the boys, we might need to start making some profit.
Yeah.
In this motherfucker.
The economy's getting fucked, boys. We need some extra income.
We'll be dropping a link to a GoFundMe. But no, on some real shit, boys. We want to drop that. We're waiting a little bit longer. We'll keep you updated, you know, as time goes on. But we wanted to get into this card, Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. Last card was not the most exciting card. Ian Gary and Carlos Prates is just such a disappointment, guys. I mean, say what you want about the fighting nerds. We still really like them. We don't want to be the people who just switch up on a dime. But it's like, dude, after Saturday, lay off the fucking cigarettes.
Come on, dude.
For crying out loud. It was the 3rd round. It's like, guys, come on. We consider did we fuck with the fact that he was getting fucked up and knocking out Neil Magny in the 1st round and stuff? Yes. But it's like, guys, I have respect for fighters who are trying their best to go out on their shield and they lose in the process. That was literally a fight where, like, shit was just not getting ran on either end, but like Ian Gary had the bigger moments or some type of shit like that.
Continuation of the UFC story for this past year of people who fight like pussies winning every single fight.
One weekend, what we might have to do, and we might honestly have to start playing that in this card, think about the most likely or what you want to happen situation before placing a bet, and just take the absolute opposite and think about how much more money you'd be up, because you would be getting plus odds on shit. Like, guys, I don't think anybody understands how bad it messed us up when we laid the juice for Guram Kutaladze in
First
this
fight on that fucking card.
This
Shit,
fucking
instantly minus 300 from your credit. Fuck.
And if you were betting to win more than 100, that guy cost me over $1,000 to lose to Fernandez or whatever that guy's name is. So it's like, guys, sometimes
That guy is a fucking fraud.
think about the least thing you want to happen and go from there. But getting into this card, boys.
Dontel Mays versus fucking Thomas Peterson.
Go ahead, because I know who I'm going, but I need to make sure you're on the same page.
Yeah, I never thought these words would leave my lips, but I'm taking Dontel Mays. Dontel Mays has lost to people who are better than Jamal Pogues, Thomas Peterson lost a decision to Jamal Pogues. Dontel Mays lost to Rodrigo Nascimento. All right, that guy's definitely better than Jamal Pogues. He lost to Shamil Gaziev, who's Thomas Peterson also lost to, and he lost to Walter Walker, who is definitely better than Jamal Pogues. So there's really no excuse for you to be a fat white guy, 9-3, losing to Jamal Pogues, and I'm even picking you. Dontel Mays is fucked, but I'm gonna take him to beat this guy. Like, I don't really value Thomas Peterson whatsoever.
Yeah, and I'm glad that that's the direction he went, guys, because I was definitely going with Dontel Mays myself in this fucking fight. I just feel like, as racist as this may sound, this is just facts, guys.
Dude, this video is getting on that.
If you're taking two people who have no experience fighting, and you're taking someone like Dontel Mays and someone like Thomas Peterson, and they're fighting each other, who's realistically gonna win the majority of those altercations? Guys, I'm going with Dontel Mays here. Sure, he hasn't been very impressive in the UFC, but he's at least gotten wins. Has Thomas Peterson beat anybody so far in the UFC? Muhammad Usman. But we had his money line.
We had the Usman money line. Muhammad Usman sucks, so I'm not rating that whatsoever. Moving on, boys. Gaston Bolianos versus Kwang Lee. Holy shit.
Low-key, give me Gaston Bolaños, boys.
Yeah, getting knocked out by Long Xiao is not cutting it for me.
Kwang Lee pulled up on the fucking UFC scene.
And we fucking bet on him.
All hot, saying Chris Gutierrez was going to be lucky to make it out of the first round, and now he's 0-2 in the UFC. You know, this guy just came on and was making checks to his bot that he couldn't cash. This is essentially what I'm trying to say. Gaston Bolaños has at least won a few fights in the UFC. Only thing I can Marcus McGee. Yeah. It's like, are you really gonna rate that?
And we've been saying Marcus McGee is raw as fuck. So like,
yeah. So
Kwang Lee would definitely get knocked out by Marcus McGee too. So
I've got under 1.5 in that potential matchup. Potential matchup. Marcus McGee just got ranked, but he's running it with Kwang Lee,
who's about to be 0-3 in the UFC.
Yeah, guys. I mean, Gaston Bolaños, he's more well-rounded. He definitely has more tools to win this fight. Kwang Lee was literally getting laid on by Chris Gutierrez.
And he got fucked up by Long Xiao, so.
Knocked out, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, guys, give me Gaston Bolaños. Even though I'm automatically thinking you're kind of a dick. If your name's Gaston, what is this, Beauty and the Beast? Gaston.
Dude,
Gaston,
yeah,
Gaston,
that ass.
Okay, come on.
This
next
guy's
fight.
like dancing around, singing shit. But next fight we
You
got.
will be with me. Okay. Next
Okay.
fight was,
Azamat Bakoyev versus Ryan Loder.
give me Bakoyev, guys.
Yeah. The American wrestling is just kind of fucked in the modern day UFC, boys. The
It was good enough to-
Russian and the Dagestani shit will always be better. So I'm picking that guy.
He beat Ryan Loder, so did Torrance Finney. Or that basically put Torrance Finney against Bakoyev in this fight because they both basically have only beat the same opponent.
Yeah, and he literally knocked out Zach Reese, which I actually think Zach Reese is a dangerous ass fighter. And I
Say
think
what you want, he's a little bit shinny, but he is dangerous.
And the fact that he knocked him out like that. And I like that he's staying active. That was only like 3-4 months ago where he knocked out Zach Reese. So give me Bakoyev the odds. I know it's a fucking. We're laying the minus 400 favorite.
I think he finishes him though.
We're picking the minus 400 favorite. Yeah, because like I think he's better than Loder in all areas of this fight. So that's why I'm gonna pick him. Moving up. Holy shit! This card's got like 3 women. Oh my! The first 5 fights are women. 3 out of the first 5 are women's fights. Or
UFC's
3
going
out of the
downhill,
first
boys.
6. Moving on. All right. Holy, the prelims are cooked. We got a women's fight, then the Dante Mays fight, Bolaños fight, women's fight, Azamat Bakoyev fight, women's fight, and then to the main card. Good God. Jeremy Stevens versus Mason Jones to open up the main card. Boys, holy shit. From a betting perspective, I am never, ever, doesn't matter who, I am never, ever laying a minus 480 Welsh guy making his debut in the UFC. Against who? Again, if I had to pick a winner, I'm not picking a 29-21 Jeremy Stevens. But betting
off a 4-year layoff.
Yeah. His last win in the last like fucking 10 years is a split decision over Miles Price in that PFL.
Dude, hold on. You've got to be exaggerating his last win in the last 10 years.
Dude, but honestly, that's what it feels like. Let me make...
10 years in 2015. This guy was 28 when he won his last UFC fight. Let's give him some credit.
All right, bro, hold on. Okay, let's give him some credit. The last time he won a fight in the UFC. I'm scrolling, boys. Give me a second. His last win in the UFC was a knockout over Josh Emmett in 2018. So damn near 10 years ago. Like if you were rounding up.
It's closer to 5, but if we're rounding up to 10.
It's about to be damn near closer to fucking 10 years at this point. But yeah, like Jeremy Stevens, I fuck with him. Like I don't have anything against him, but like I can't sit here and pick this guy.
Look, guys, I've been on Jeremy Stevens' ass since day one. You're talking about I'm the fucking hardest hitting 145er, and you're getting me. Who the fuck is that guy? And you're winning one fight in the last 10 years. Guys, give me Mason Jones in this. I get it, Jeremy Stevens, hometown kid. For the memes, if he got around,
I hope he wins. I hope he does.
I'm not picking him.
I hope he wins, but I can't just sit here and be like, yeah, Jeremy Stevens money line.
What's his nickname?
Something stupid.
I know, but he's like 38 now. What is it?
Lil Heathen.
Old fucking heathen. Middle-aged heathen.
OG heathen.
Shitty heathen. Alright, next time.
Okay. Next up, we got Cameron Smotherman versus Surrey City.
I'm taking Surrey City, guys.
Yeah, win over Garrett Armfield is better than anything.
Win over Jake Hadley.
Yeah, Jake Hadley sucks. The White Gorilla or whatever the hell his fucking nickname is. Yeah, give me a Surrey
The
City.
White Gorilla.
Dude, his nickname is something along those lines, bro. Let me pull it up. Is fucking a dumbass.
Okay, what's a shittier nickname though? The White Gorilla.
That one African dude who got knocked out.
The KO Wizard.
Yeah, that guy he takes the cake for the dumbest.
Or hold on, Nathaniel the Prospect.
He's like has 6 fights in the UFC.
No, dude, he's got like 10 fights. He's 32, but he's the Prospect.
Yeah, not the White Gorilla. Sorry, the White Kong. Jake Hadley. Yeah, give me Surrey City.
It would have been better if it was the White Gorilla.
Yeah.
The White Kong.
All right, bro.
Hey, bro.
But moving on, boys. To the next, this is honestly my most confident pick on the whole card. And it's Montel Jackson versus Daniel Marcos.
Daniel Marcos won against
a split decision against Adrian Yanez.
Okay, respectable, whatever.
And the win before that was a decision over John Castaneda.
And before that, no contest, Tong Haley.
Yeah, and then a split decision over
Davey Grant. Give me Montel Jackson.
Like, the thing about Daniel Marcos is he's on this win streak. He's undefeated, but all of his fights, you could argue, are close-ass fights. Montel Jackson, on the other hand, is knocking out people like Damon Blackshear, who I would fucking bet every last dollar on Damon Blackshear to beat Daniel Marcos. He's on a streak after getting knocked out by Montel Jackson. And I just think Montel Jackson is better on the feet. He has more power, and he gets this done.
I agree, guys. I mean, Montel Jackson has only realistically lost 2 fights in the UFC. Ricky Simone, like 5 years ago.
When Ricky Simone was straight.
And he got submitted by some other guy years and years and years ago. Yeah, he only fights every once in a while, but this guy's like a pretty well-rounded mixed martial artist, in my opinion. And I definitely think that he beats Daniel Marcos this weekend.
Yeah, he definitely takes his time between fights, but he never really shows any signs of like
ring rust.
He's pulling up and just knocking people out. So I think he gets it done here against Daniel Marcos. But moving on, this card is cooked, boys. Ponzinibbio versus D-Rod. We got 2 unks basically just like running it.
An Argentinian unk.
We've got 2 OGs of the fight game just running it for the paycheck at this point in their careers. Holy shit.
Who are you going, bro?
I don't know. Okay. Actually, I'm going D-Rod. Getting knocked out by Alex Morono is not something I can back. Both of these guys suck, but I'm going D-Rod here.
Guys. I'm going to have a good D-Rod as well. Like, yeah, neither one of these guys have had an impressive last 5 or even an impressive last however many. But I do think that D-Rod, he's got, like, good energy behind him, you know? Like, he's kind of thug, like, he's got boxing. I think if this is striking, mainly, he might not have as much power as Ponzinibbio, but he might be able to outstrike him. If this is like mixed up, Ponzinibbio is going for takedowns and shit, he might win this. But I think in a striking match, D-Rod is definitely has the advantage. And Ponzinibbio, how old is Ponzinibbio?
He's like
40.
Damn, he's pushing 40 at this. He's 38. Actually, both of these guys are 38. Holy shit! I'm not even. This pick doesn't even count, boys. I'm just going D-Rod. Who knows what happens in this fight? Probably goes the distance. And a shitty, slow decision with 2 old guys. But it's whatever, boys.
All right, boys. Co-main event. This is where we actually have, like, some depth to go into on this co-main, boys. Renier de Ridder versus Bo Nickel. Guys, I had this debate with someone in a Discord the other day. They dropped their card picks, and I was being very respectful, and I just gave my opinion. I said I agreed on everything they picked, except I said, boys, I started saying I was siding with Renier de Ridder in this, and this guy wants to talk about Renier de Ridder. He's beat 2 people who don't have Olympic level wrestling, and it's like, okay, yes, that's true. You look on that. Bo Nickel has not beat anybody who was a champion in another division or anywhere even close. And yes, Renier de Ridder is kind of like a Dricus situation where he's awkward as hell with the way he moves, but he's 2-0 in the UFC with 2 finishes. We can say that Gerald Mearshart and Kevin Holland are not upper echelon of UFC fighters, but they are known names.
And they're levels above anybody.
Guys who have won a bunch of fights in the UFC. And yes, Bo Nickel beat Paul Craig. And I get it. Yeah, you can say he beat him by a decision. That's not the worst thing in the world. He showed the fact he can go 15 minutes, whatever. This guy's talking about, he's the champion and this other shit. It's not UFC caliber like these guys who come from Bellator have these things and they're not ready. It's like, number one, Renier de Ridder came from another promotion and has finished 2 UFC fighters, and 2, let's not act like Jamie Pickett, Val Woodburn, or Cody Brundage were UFC caliber opponents that Bo Nickel has basically ran through like a knife through hot butter. Can Bo Nickel win this fight if he's a real deal? Yes. But I'm done backing these prospects who haven't faced like a real challenge in these fights, guys. Peyton Talbot is losing to Ronnie Barcelos, and you're telling me it's out of the equation that Bo Nickel could lose to a guy who's like 21-2 in MMA. This guy said, yeah, but in Bo Nickel's last 4 fights, I said, here's what I'm trying to say. In his last 23 fights is something you can say about Renier de Ridder. Bo Nickel's had 7 MMA fights. Yes, he was Penn State champion and Olympic level, this and that. Henry Cejudo was an Olympic level wrestler.
Colby Covington.
And sure, these guys were past their prime or whatever. It's going to take more than American wrestling at a high level or Olympic wrestling to get somewhere inside of the UFC. This shit is not wrestling. It's MMA. And to tell me that Renier de Ridder is just going to get completely dominated in the grappling exchanges with Bo Nickel, I'm just not buying it.
Yeah,
you go ahead, yeah.
The odds for this is what kind of scares me about this fight, is the odds for this fight truly do not make sense to us. Like, are we missing something? I just don't understand. The caliber of opponents that Renier de Ridder has beat are levels above anybody Bo Nickel has beat. Renier de Ridder has more experience fighting,
more accomplishments,
and Bo Nickel made it look kind of on the feet against Paul Craig, and I know for a fact Renier de Ridder is a better striker than Paul Craig. So I just don't understand where these odds are coming out where Renier de Ridder is in the plus 200 range. Like, that really does not make sense to me. Bo Nickel shouldn't even be favorited.
They want the casual money on Bo Nickel. It's like Rahul Rojas. They're going to make that guy favorite. It's like, oh, Chihuahua's this fight. Let's bet him. Guys, can Bo Nickel win this fight? Sure. And would we look silly if he ends up winning it? Yes. But I don't think that he wins this fight. I truly believe that Renier de Ridder is one of these guys. It's not like he's some old guy. He's in his early 30s. He's like, 31, 33 years old maybe? That's still young enough to where you haven't hit your prime yet. He's after accomplishment in this game. He's not just Cody Brundage, who knows damn well they're never going to be champion. Paul Craig, who's on a 3-fight skid, knows damn well they're not going to be. he's fighting with some hunger, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that some guy like the Ritter, if he's putting forth his best effort against Bo Nickel, I think Bo Nickel has his hands full in this fight, whether he wins or not.
Yeah, I don't get the odds in this. I'm definitely picking the Ritter. And one thing you guys have to understand is GCMMA, we always are cashing an underdog every week. It doesn't matter which week it is. We're always picking an underdog that ends up winning. And on this week's card, we picked Downtail Maze and the Ritter so far as those are the two fights where we picked underdogs in. And one of these fights, if not both of these, we're going to get both of these right. I feel like this is a week where we get both of these right. But the Ritter is not losing to Bo Nickel. I don't see it like... Even if it gets to the ground, I feel like the Ritter has a decent enough ground game to not get submitted by fucking Bo Nickel.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that, boys. We're just basically trying to say we're fed up with the just... oh, this is the undefeated prospect in the UFC. Let's just take them because they're really that guy and all this stuff. It's like, are there some cases where we will still do that? Yes. We will ride John Silva till the wheels come off. But he has proven against good competition he's running that. Bo Nickel is not in that same category at this point in time. Straight up.
Yeah, I completely agree. Reynard the Ritter, boys. But moving on to the main event, we got Cory Sandhagen versus Deiveson Figueiredo. I'm not gonna lay a minus 500 fucking Cory Sandhagen simply for the fact because people who go to decision, I find a hard time laying them for minus 500 because when you are constantly going to decision, you're leaving it to the judges' hands who have proven time and time again to completely fuck you over. If you have money on a certain person, they just go rogue on the decisions. Like, I just can't physically lay a minus 500 guy who I know this shit's gonna go to decision. Like, I don't... Deiveson Figueiredo doesn't completely suck, and he's a very skilled fighter. He was a champion in a division. He's a skilled fighter at bantamweight. He's proven to be stronger and more dominant with his wrestling. I know Cory Sandhagen's he's a good all-around fighter, but like, I'm not gonna put my money behind him. If I had to pick a winner, it probably is gonna end up being Sandhagen. But as far as betting the Cory Sandhagen money line, I can't really do that and then be sitting there watching the fight comfortably with $500 to win fucking $100 on a guy who's going to decision and Sal D'Amato's going rogue and scoring the fight because Deiveson Figueiredo had a couple takedowns. Like, fuck all of that. I'm avoiding betting on the main event, but I'm probably just going to pick Cory Sandhagen.
Yeah, boys, and as much as I certainly agree with that, personally, I would be completely fine with backing Cory Sandhagen in this spot. I think Deiveson Figueiredo is kind of on the decline. He was another guy who got a lot of hype at bantamweight because he came in, he beat Rob Font, choked out Cody Garbrandt, and then basically got schooled. No, he did beat Chito Vera, which I guess is actually somewhat impressive. But Cory Sandhagen basically beat Chito the exact same way. Deiveson Figueiredo fighting Peter Yan just showed me like against the upper talent of the division who has striking on lock. Cory Sandhagen's not a bad grappler by any means. No. Like yes, Umar Nurmagomedov is low key a fraud, but like I would at least give 2 rounds in that fight to Cory Sandhagen. And he was defending the grappling and stuff the whole time. I just don't think Deiveson Figueiredo is going to have the same grappling threat that Cory Sandhagen has dealt with. And I think that Cory Sandhagen is like maybe not as raw as initially we thought when he finished Marlon
Frankie
Moraes
Edgar.
and then Frankie Edgar, and he's like, I want that belt. Like maybe he's not that raw, but I definitely do think that he beats Deiveson Figueiredo here at least.
Yeah, like he should on paper win this fight, but you never know with the UFC boys. But that's pretty much it for this card, boys. It's late as fuck, and we're awake running this and recording this
We had
video.
to drop a video, boys.
But yeah, boys, we gotta hit the hay. We got work and shit tomorrow. But I hope you enjoyed the video, boys.
And if you're fading us or tailing any picks, boys, always, of course, drop them inside of the comments.
See y'all, boys.
GCMMA out.